Yes, moin. My name is SEAK. I'm an artist from Germany, painted all around the world. I'm doing a quick TikTok to introduce myself. I started painting and drawing when I was a child in the late 70s. In the 80s I was drawing comics. In the 90s I was starting to paint with, late 80s, beginning 90s I started, like 89, 90, started painting with spray paint. And in the beginning 90s, mid 90s, I became famous in the graph scene, street art scene, graph. Inspired lots of people all around the world with my style. I have a certain special way painting my letterings. They're very abstract. This here is work in progress, you can see. Yes, and also in the 2000s I inspired lots of generations from artists all around the world, traveling, seeing the world, painting everywhere. There's lots of stories on my blog if you want to check it out. Yes, and these are paintings where I'm painting the German word ich, means myself or ego or me, you know, it's like an ego trip. But it also includes my typical core style. The paintings are work in progress. All my paintings are painted from two sides. Yes, and to all these forms, I have experiences in most countries in the world where I painted on walls or participated in exhibitions and painted canvases. Yeah, these works I started in 2010. And since then they're in progress. This spray paint work here I did a few weeks ago. I had to lose some weight, so I had to move more. And when you're just living in your studio, it's good to work with spray paint, so I have like a little bit more movement. Here you see the S, there you see the E. Check it, it's on. It's the E, and that's the A, small a. This is small e, but it could be also technically a big E, because usually I do 3 bars here. And that is the K. I did the K a little bit bigger, because usually I'm tending to treat my K like an ugly duckling. You know, when you start styling, at the 4th letter your brain cells are already like burned away, so like weakened. So this time I put my emphasis on the K here. Yes, I paint from the stomach. Sometimes I think a lot, but sometimes I just say fuck it and then I do it before I don't do anything. This is a small A. This is a work in progress, so it might already look good, but it can be that in a few weeks, months, days, or years, I will start painting like details and making detailed, and then, like here, this is also work in progress, because at some point I will work here again. I'm in competition with the artists or the painters from medieval times, or from the Dutch Flemish primitives, or the Dutch Golden Age, exhibited also in the Museum for Dutch Primitives in Bruges. In the 2001, 2003, something like that. So yeah, so in case ego, go into a museum, check the work from the Dutch or from the medieval times. They already had a pretty good level. This is like some Sisyphus work, also the word ich. Yeah, and then at some point it can change. And then I painted yellow. I heard on a woman who told me, I painted yellow before it was white. And now I did some spray paint work like 2 years later, like a few weeks ago. Now it looks a little bit dusty. It has some kind of like dune atmosphere. Psycho details everywhere. Nut job. Just the details were like 6 to 7 months. And I started this painting around 2012, 13-ish. So yeah, it's crazy. Same here. This is just the backside from a painting I started at the beginning of the year 2000. Has also lots of my typical style in it. Those microphone-looking dildo-ish weapon things. The ball with the upper element and then the little bow. These are my small A. It also has and a lot of times it looks like from the silhouette like the Sich rune. Like from the Vikings, from Norse culture, pagans. I'm talking here for like normie NPCs trying to reach those, So that's sometimes, Here's a paper piece, also working on paper. Ironically, painting something like that or with ink takes almost the same amount of time like painting that SEAK star. Both are SEAK stars. Here, it's another SEAK star. It's like a huge S with 2 bows. And then another serif down there. It's a K. Looks a bit like trousers from the 70s. Here you have like an A with like split up. Lots of cute little details. That's a square A. Yeah, with this visual language, like I said, I inspired lots of artists in the late 90s, from the mid to the late 90s, all around the world. And then later on in the 2000s, and they became masters themselves. So there's some old school guys from the 70s, much respect to Vulcan, who said I messed up the graph scene. He told me that in the beginning 2000s when I was living with him and another friend for a few months, or 1 month, 2 months in San Francisco. Yeah, unfortunately, I with my artistic energy, I don't know if I was reading already how the world is, or if I messed it up. I can't tell you the difference. You know, what was first there, the egg or the hen? Yeah. So now it's 6 minutes. Should I make it without cap? I don't know. No cap. So yeah. Yeah, that's an S. Yeah, it looks already finished, but it can also be work in progress. Always challenge myself. I don't know. Yeah, and I have to force myself to paint more case. Unfortunately, my work is on a different level political, because you have to, it's in social dynamics or in what happens in the world with the birth rates. There's it's called the R dynamic and the K dynamic. Depends on the mating strategies and how biology and different ethnic groups are having different strategies to survive. So maybe that's connected with that, because this is just a PC normie, semi-normie, all so smart perspective. Like, how is an artist name influencing the people in the dark angle of where people, like, it's going around the sensor. Anyways, I'll just keep it light. This is a small A, ball, hole, lower serif, upper serif. Same here. Ball, hole, lower serif, upper serif. Same here. Here's an S. It's for simple, very simple. That's another S. So, for people who are largely equipped, and then people who use this, I'm trying to equalize it. It's like I'm true in my name, it's like it always goes, I don't want to put anyone into shame, when they liberate themselves from the thought structures. The insecure ones, the secure ones, they come, the insecure ones freak out. So, yeah, different variations. Also, I'm trying to, trying this victim language. So it's like, my aim is to have different aesthetics, like from like this like baby play toy to like some kind of mech, everything in between. Yeah, this is like, what should I say? More here. It triggers the ego, but it's not about my ego. It's about the ego of the people, of the viewer. So, in case you have a small ego and you're like, oh, player hating or anything, it's always you and the painting, just here I'm playing here with black and white. Yeah, but this would look good in big, like in 2 meters by 2 meters. This is all work in progress, this is just, I'm just going here and, just check it out. They're laying here because they're like very in the beginning stage. I could, look here, like a lot of times, I thought in 2013 it was ready, and a lot of those paintings on the paper, then I kept painting and re-signing them, and then they're still work in progress, and now they're full-blown paintings, work in progress, which started as backsides. Yeah, 14, that's the message. This is in my name also on different levels. I painted this today, continued this. I started this painting in 2000, built the canvas, as well as started painting it, painted it in a